Good morning and happy Saturday. It's the last day of August. How crazy is that?
So where are we off?
The Woodlawn Cemetery and Mausoleum, which sounds a bit of a weird place to go. However, it's where all the big country stars have been laid to rest. So, and we've seen them lots on...
Porter Wagner, George Jones, Tammy Wynette.
Yeah.
Little Jimmy Dickens.
Is that the dude I stood next to at the Ryman yesterday?
Yeah, really short dude.
Okay.
I don't think I played the opera in the last year or two, but during my touring career, I mean, I've probably played the opera at least 50 to 70 times.
Wow.
I flew my mother out here. I didn't tell her we were playing the opera.
Yeah.
I told her we had a show in town.
Yeah.
And we got ready to go that night. And I just took her backstage to the opera, and she sat
Wow.
on the pew right behind the drum kit.
Yeah.
Right before I counted the song, I looked over my shoulder. She had big old tears rolling down her cheek.
Yeah. No, we did the backstage tour and everything then.
What a terrific Uber driver. Uber, Lyft, I don't know which one. His name was John. He was telling us so many stories. And I think I might have caught some of it on the ride over on film. So he's played at the Opry. There was so much that he could tell us. He's an actual working musician here. And yeah, we've ticked a bucket list item off for him today as well, because he's lived in Nashville for 30 years, but has never ever visited George Jones's gravesite. So he made sure that we found it, and then he came and paid his respects himself.
So here it is. This is the grave of the legendary country singer George Jones. He's one of the biggest legends in country music. You know, as you all know, he was married to Tammy Wynette for a while, and their relationship, you know, soured at the end. They ended up getting divorced, but they remained friends. And if I remember right, she performed at one of his tribute shows. Might have been his 80th birthday or something like that. But yeah, they remained good friends. And Tammy Wynette she's just over in the building over there in the mausoleum. So she's there. So we will be taking you to see the final resting place of Tammy Wynette. But for all you interested here, this is the legendary George Jones.
King of broken hearts, he sang of life's hardships and struggles in a way that somehow lightened our own. His voice was effortless and unforgettable. He brought unsurpassed emotional eloquence to every song he sang. He was and is the soul of country music, and no one will ever fill his shoes. He is at rest, but his music is alive and ageless. He gifted it to all of us, to the joyful and broken. Walk through this world with me, he sang, and we do. Nancy Ann Jones. They say love can change the world. The country legend said, I'm here to testify that it changed me for sure. Friends, family, doctors, therapists and ministers have tried to save me, but to no avail. But finally the power of love from one woman, Nancy Jones, made the difference and saved me. And until his death in 2013, it was Nancy whom George considered his soulmate. I've always been a sucker for a love story. Always. True love wins out. Now, obviously, George was married to Tammy Wynette, or Wynette. there's actually a show, a drama that was made with some quite famous people playing it. It was recently, I think, on Apple or something like that. I'll put the title here somewhere. But we watched that, and that just really sort of gave the whole story life for me. But yes, it was a bit of a tumultuous relationship. However, it's nice to know that he was at peace and he'd found his true love and his soulmate.
You know, just over here is the grave of Johnny Paycheck. Now, Johnny Paycheck was the first one to be buried in a series of graves paid for by George Jones, and slowly but surely they were handed out to a lot of country stars that had fallen on hard times and couldn't necessarily afford a burial. So Johnny Paycheck here is in one of the graves that George Jones bought up for that very purpose. Johnny Paycheck was, from what I can recall, the very first out of the country singers to be buried in one of these graves. There's got to be little Jimmy Dickens here. This is the final resting place of little Jimmy Dickens. And here's the final resting place of Gordon Stoker. So here the final resting place of the main man from the Stamps Quartet, Elvis's backing singers, one of Elvis's best friends, and actually sang at Elvis's funeral, the legendary J.D. Sumner.
So on the side of the road, there is the Bluebird Cafe. Not exactly how it's portrayed in Nashville, the TV show, of course. But yes, that is the Bluebird Cafe. It's not open till about 5 o'clock, but we weren't interested in coming to listen to the music anyway. So it's reservations only for the Bluebird Cafe. I think that's probably the reason why we said we weren't going to come, just in case we couldn't get them. So it's all a game of geography right now. We're having a look at what is where. We've done the two things today that we were going to do on the last day before we fly, but we switched that around now. And we're going to do the Johnny Cash Museum then, as well as all the little bits and pieces that are in that area. That'll give us something to do before we have a flight, because our flight is at 9 o'clock that night. However, right now what we've decided to do is to go back to the hotel, have a little bit of a regroup for a couple of hours, and then have a look what's within walking distance, because I think there's a lot more to Music Row than what we've seen. So I just want to have a little bit of a nosy at that before we start going here, there and everywhere. But it just made sense going to the mausoleum and then having a $9 Uber here to then have another Uber to go back to the hotel. So yeah, another one ticked off the list. I'm really happy with that. It's such a surreal place to be. Let me show you, actually. It's such a surreal place for it to be located. And having a look at the signs on the door, it reminds me why we said we weren't going to come. And that's largely because you have to pay for reservations. We didn't know when we were going to get here. And basically, if you stood in the wrong queue, stand in line only, there's still no guarantee that they're going to let you in. So distance-wise, it wasn't in central Nashville to us, and it is what it is. But I've stood in front of it. I'm happy with that. I stood on the bridge yesterday. I'm happy with that. So it's all good. So after a couple of hours chill, we're coming out in search of food. And the place we've decided upon is McDougal's Chicken Fingers and Wings. We saw a YouTube video on it a couple of months back. So when I saw it on the map, I was like, we need to try that. And quick YouTube video later, had a quick look on the map, and we're back in Music Row, which you might remember is where Studio B is. Today's video is sponsored by Google Maps. Really not sponsored, but it would, if it could be, it should be. So just over there is RCA Victor Studio B. One of my favourite bits of this trip. If you haven't seen that vlog, why not? But I will put a link somewhere for you to easily get to it. But carry on watching this one first. Music Square East.
Yeah, let's take this here now.
Warner Music Nashville, I like that. Less honking, more tonking. Some of my favourite words come from country music and all like music type stuff, like humbucker, honky tonk. Just love them.
Country music association now. CNA.
That's pretty cool. I don't know what CSAC is. Again, might have to Google that one.
She said on the tour, it's one of these that deal with all the royalty rights and things like that for music.
That's right, how many times it's been played and stuff.
Yeah.
Lovely street. Heartbreak Hotel. That's pretty cool.
We're in McDougal's Chicken. Tracy's just up at the counter. But this looks a great place. Let's hope the chicken's as good.
So, in a quiet and assuming building lies McDougal's Chicken Fingers and Wings. And they were the tastiest chicken tenders that I have had, A, in Nashville, and B, that I can remember. Jace did say that they're not as good as the Blue City Cafe in Memphis, but we are going to try those again. So we'll then have to compare. Cost us about $40, including tax. We both had the 5 chicken tender meal, and yeah, the fries were really tasty too. I tried the old smoky sauce ranch and their own whatever it is, house sauce, and it was really quite tasty. Yeah, I'd eat there again, but I wouldn't eat the Texas toast. That's the only snag. Is it the Tennessee toast?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Well,
the same as Texas toast.
but I wouldn't eat that again. I did ask when I was ordering whether or not that was garlic, and they said no. And then when they brought it to our table, we asked again, and they said no. But I'm not going to focus on that. It was tasty, it was lovely. Job's a good one.